Hello, everyone. This is John Turner-McClelland with Cooper Mac Realty Group, powered by Worth Clark Realty. I'm here today with Matt Aldrich of Jansen Adjusters International. Matt, how you doing today?
Wonderful, wonderful. How are you, John?
Good. I'm doing great. So we're here today to learn a little bit about yourself and learn about what Jansen Adjusters can do for the people watching today. So give me just a brief background on yourself. Where do you live? How long you been in the area, type thing.
Yeah. Well, I'm in Plano, live in Plano, and been there for about 6 years now. Love the area. It's a wonderful area. Good people around here. And moved around about 32 times growing up. So kind of seen a little bit of everything in all the different areas. So, but yeah, my background is, construction and dealing with insurance companies. And that's kind of what brought me to being a public adjuster.
Okay, so the moving around, is that military? Sounds like, or
Actually, no. My dad. The best way to put it is, I always say my dad was an interim pastor. He took over small churches and filled in whenever they were looking for a full time pastor. So that's kind of what made us bounce around so much.
oh, yeah, 32 sounds like a lot. I
It was. It got to
guess he
see
did his
all
job
of the
well.
country.
Did his job well enough. He got in demand, right?
That's right. That's right.
So you're a loss consultant with Jansen Adjusters. What exactly does Jansen do
So
for?
we work for the policyholder. There's a major misconception on your insurance company and the adjuster that works for the insurance company. A lot of people think, that adjuster is there to take care of you. And you know, to put it plainly, is that adjuster is representing the insurance company. So they're there to try to make sure that the insurance company is not having to pay out, exactly what they should. Whereas a public adjuster is there to represent the policy holder. So they have a fiduciary duty when representing the policy holder, whereas the company adjuster has a fiduciary duty when representing the insurance company.
So basically, people, even though you have insurance of your own, may want to look in having you guys help them out if they have a claim.
Yeah, that's right. I always tell people there's not every scenario is a public adjuster needed. There's a few different types of claims. Sometimes, if it's a smaller loss, the insurance company is not fighting to save pennies, is what I always tell people. They're looking to save the dollars. But my suggestion to every homeowner is, when you have a loss, before you even file a claim, give a public adjuster a call, because they can let you know if it's worthy of filing a claim or if it's not, or if they're needed. A public adjuster obviously is going to try to give you the best advice that they possibly can. So that way, moving forward, if you ever run into another loss situation, you call them first.
Right. That's what most people are going to do in the first place. Like I said before I met you a few days ago, I had no clue they were public adjusters. I would have never given it a second thought. If my house burned down, I wouldn't have. I would have called my insurer, before considering calling you to try and help, get as much as possible on the loss if the house burned down or something like that.
Right. Yeah. Most people don't know we exist. We're not on billboards with the house that's on fire. Uh, you know, Call a public adjuster. It's kind of one of those scenarios. Once it happens, word of mouth is how we kind of operate. But I always tell people, you wouldn't. If you need brain surgery, you wouldn't go to a chiropractor, or, that wouldn't make much sense. So, um, you know, with, every loss is, like I said, is different. There's total loss scenarios where we might not necessarily be needed. And then there's the smaller losses where we also might not be needed.
I was just glancing at your website. So there's not only just personal loss, but you handle commercial, government, nonprofits, multifamily, those sorts of things too, right?
That's right. Um, you know, every loss, I always tell people, every loss is important to us. So it doesn't matter who or what the loss is. We want to make sure that everybody's getting everything that they're entitled to. Nothing more, nothing less. We're not here to take advantage of the insurance company, but more or less just make sure that the company or person is getting taken care of and getting what they're supposed to receive from their insurance company.
So you're saying you kind of decided to get into this job. What made you decide to do that, or did you just happen to fall into it like some people do?
Well, not to go into too long of a story, but when my wife and I, we were newlyweds and we were real young. I think I was probably 21 or 22. We had a loss at our house. It was a flood loss in a split level home in a basement. And, the adjuster came and said, man, I'm so sorry if your sump pump was on the other side of the door. I'd be able to pay for this loss. And, it was actually in the attached garage. Well, little did I know that the attached garage is part of the structure and it should have been paid for. And, he tried to make me gave me the hug and said, I'll do what I can for you. And he ended up sending me a small check. And realistically, what that meant is that they were responsible to pay for the loss. And looking back, it was easily a $50,000 loss. And I think they sent me a $4,700 check. So it was just an example right there that kind of, I always remember and I go back to that. So, again, you got to realize it's just good business for them to make sure that they pay out less. I mean, that they make their money by you paying your premiums. And as soon as you have a loss, you become their expense. And so, you take a business class, anytime you have an expense, what do? You try to minimize that. So we're here to make sure that you're getting, like I said, everything that you're entitled to.
And how does Jansen make its money? Do they make it off of the claim itself, or it's a nonprofit?
They do. Yeah, the state of Texas allows, a public adjuster to charge 10% of the total claim. And in our experience, the 10% is minimal. It's to what we'll add in value. There's never a time that we get less than 30 to 40% more than what a homeowner is going to get on their own, or a company, or government agency. We find that most of our clients, once they've used us, they'll never, ever, ever try to do it on their own again. They continue to come back to us anytime they have a loss. They see the value. So, like I said, the 10% is minimal to what we add in value.
Right. Yeah, definitely. Especially with your example before, $4,700 versus $50,000. Yeah, I would pay the 10%.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I always ask people, since if they live in Plano, especially, as a varied answer since we've had a pandemic, where do you like eating out?
Where do I like eating out?
Or taking out in the Plano area?
What's my favorite place to eat at? Oh gosh. Well, I don't know if I should say this, but it's probably Gloria's, but that's not actually in Plano, so it might be.
No.
That might be a bad example, but
I know
no.
That's near your office.
Yeah, that's right. So that's probably why. Yeah, we're here in Addison, so there's one right close to us. So that's where I do most of my eating now.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Gloria's is pretty good. We need one here in Plano.
We do. We need it. We need to come this way.
Well, tell people how to get in contact with you specifically, or what way they should contact Jansen if they've got a claim to talk about, a loss claim.
Yes. Okay. So you can reach me. My email address is maldrich, and that's ALDRICH @jansenai.com. And then my direct line is 214-755-7253. And you can reach me anytime, night or day. I want to be there for whoever is going through, one of the most stressful times in somebody's life. It's one of the biggest investments that most people make in their life. If it's their home or if it's their business, it's, how they put food on their table. So please call me if you have a problem.
Cool. I'll also have some links for everyone in the bottom of the description on YouTube. Thank you again for joining us today. It's been eye-opening, at least, to say the least. Thanks again for stopping by.
Thank you, John. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Again, this is John Turner-McClelland with Cooper Mac Realty Group signing off. Everyone have a great day. Bye.